Hello my fashion lovers, welcome to today's tutorial. On today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to make this lovely dress with petal sleeves. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, click on notification bell to be notified anytime I post a new video. I post videos every week. Please like, subscribe, comment and share my videos. This camera didn't do justice to this dress at all. Let's jump straight to the tutorial. Alright, I'll be cutting the bodies. And I have the front bodies and the back bodies. And to cut the upper bodies, you're going to deduct the down parts from the upper part from the down part, and the upper part, what I have for the half length is 9 inches, and I'm adding 1 inch sewing allowance, and it's going to be an off shoulder. So we are going to deduct, I'm deducting 3 from the full length. The full length I have there is 11. I'm deducting 3 from it, and there I marked the chest line. The armhole line, and on this place, on the upper part, I'll be taking the chest measurements. That is the wideness of the neck. I'll be taking 4 inches. This is for a 7-year-old girl. I'll be taking 4 inches because I wouldn't want the neck to be too wide. I'll be taking 4 inches. Taking 4 inches. The best way to get this measurement is to measure your clients. And on the chest line, that is where I'll be imputing the bust. Although for a child they don't have bust, it's the chest measurement. You're going to divide it by 4. And impute whatever you have there plus your sewing allowance. Divide the chest measurements or the bust measurements and add your sewing allowance. And on the waistline, you're going to do the same. You're going to measure, then you divide by 4, add your sewing allowance, and now I'm connecting whatever I have on the neckline down to the chest line, and that will form the armhole. I told you I deducted 3 inches from it because it's an off shoulder. And now this is the back. The only difference between the front and the back is just the zipper allowance. Every other thing is going to be the same. I'll go ahead and cut. And that is the off shoulder bodies. Go ahead and notch your zipper allowance and open it up for the back parts. And the same way you cut the main fabric, that is the same way you're going to cut your lining. Go ahead and open it up. Then make sure you have the right measurement so that the neck will not be too wide. This is very okay for her. You go ahead and join the 2 sides with the sewing allowance you left while you were cutting. Go ahead and join on both sides. And while we were cutting the off shoulder, we deducted 3 inches, and that is what we are going to cut here. That is the length. is going to be 3 inches plus the sewing allowance, the 3 inches that you deducted plus the sewing allowance, and the wideness is 2 inches plus the sewing allowance. You're going to cut 2 of it. You're going to cut 2 of it. You're going to cut 2 of it for the front and back. Whatever you deducted while you were cutting your off shoulder, that is what you're going to cut. You go ahead and join. Go ahead and join everything. Join the 2 sides with the sewing allowance you left. I've joined the 2 sides. Now you go ahead and join the strap. You join the strap on the front side. Stitch it down. And on the back, go ahead and do the back. Stitch on the back side. Go ahead and stitch the back side. You take it to your machine and stitch it down. And you do the same to this side. Go ahead and pin it down. Take it to your machine and stitch it down. Go ahead and stitch it down. And the same way you cut the fabric, that is the same way you're going to cut your lining. You're going to use your lining to finish it up. That's inseam finishing. Use it to finish it off. I've used my lining to finish it off, and I've attached the down parts. What I did to the down part, I just cut it, gathered it, and joined to the upper parts. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section. I went ahead to cut the petals for the sleeve. I went ahead to iron my stay, to iron my fabric stay so that it will make it a little bit strong. I ironed the stay on the fabric. And now I'm going to cut out the shape that I want. I'll be using the lining to cut out the shape that I want. I'll be cutting 2 shapes, but it's going to be the smaller one and the bigger one. You're taking length of 5.5 inches. 5.5 inches. And on the upper part, I'll be taking 1.5 inch. And on the down parts, I'll be taking 2 inches. Depending on the shape you want to use, you go ahead and connect it. Go ahead and connect the shape, the petal shape. Go ahead and cut it off. and this will serve as the lining. I'm going to use this lining to turn the main fabric because I want it to have a little weight. I'll use it to turn the main fabric, so go ahead and use it and turn the main fabric. You cut the main fabric too. You cut the main fabric. After cutting and lining it, this is what you're going to have. You go ahead and use it to turn it. Use it to turn it. This is the smaller part, the smaller one, and for the bigger one, I added whatever I have. Whatever I have, I reduced. That is the bigger one and the smaller one. I've made the smaller ones. I just reduced a part of the bigger one that I cut to get the smaller ones. You go ahead and fold it. Go ahead and fold it. Use your needle to stitch it down. Give it the shape you want. Give it the shape you want. Go ahead and stitch it down. You're going to have 4 of each one, 4 of the smaller one and 4 of the bigger part, because the smaller one you're going to attach it into the bigger one. That is how you're going to stitch it. Stitch it down with your needle and thread. Go ahead and stitch the 4 of it. 4 of it. For each sleeve, I'll be having 8 pieces. 4 for the bigger parts and 4 for the smaller parts, making it 8 pieces. 4 for the bigger parts and 4 for the smaller parts. Go ahead and arrange it the way you want. Stitch it down. Depending on how you want yours to appear, you can go ahead and make the petals bigger than this, or you can choose to retain the same size, or you can make it smaller than this, depending on what you want to achieve. It's your choice. Go ahead and stitch it down. And after stitching, you take the 4 of the petals and join it together. Still use your needle to attach everything together. Go ahead and place it together using your needle. That is for the base. The same thing you're doing here, that is the same thing you're going to do to the other ones. If you're still watching up to this moment and you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment, and continue watching. As you're stitching it down, make sure you are arranging it. Make sure you are arranging it the way you want it to appear. And after, you'll take the smaller one and place it inside the bigger one. Take the smaller part and place inside the bigger one and stitch everything down. As you're stitching, you're arranging it how you want it to be. Go ahead and stitch it down. Go ahead and stitch it down. And after stitching, this is what we're going to have. This is what you have. You go ahead and attach it on the strap of the dress. You go ahead and attach it. Go ahead and stitch it down. I have several videos on how to do an instant finishing. I have several videos on that collection. You go ahead and stitch it. Stitch it down. Then use the design to cover up the stitches. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section. Like and share my videos. And if you want to see how I use the lining to turn the fabric, I have several videos on that. You can indicate in the comment section so that I can be able to put out the video. And this is the end of our tutorial. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section. See you next time. Bye bye.